3 days ago, I got this question in a comment on one of my videos by Steve Scott. Steve, that picture kind of freaks me out a little bit, but thanks for watching. What do you think about Wayne Rooney going to DC United? Good move for the MLS? Let's talk about this, my friends. Good old... I have to use copyright-free images, so I found that on Wikipedia, and it's the type of image I can use, so that's why he's in a Man United kit. I'm aware he is with Everton. Thank you very much. What do I think about Wayne Rooney moving to MLS? DC United is paying, it's like £12 million, which is approximately $16 million for Mr. Rooney. I think at the end of the day, and apparently it may or may not be going through. I know there's conversations going on. I'm just going to assume this happens. At the end of the day, to me, it underlines profits over product, which should be MLS's slogan. MLS doesn't care about competition as a whole. They want parity because parity is profitable. That's why in American sports, if you finish last, you get the best draft pick the next season. That's why you have teams like in basketball, the Philadelphia 76ers for several seasons intentionally tanked. They hired bad players, intentionally tanked so that they could stockpile number 1 draft picks or number 1 through 4 draft picks or whatever. Because then in a couple years, you've got a team of all-stars that you were able to get because you tanked for several seasons in a row. We care about parity. We want every team to have a chance. And with that, we're focused on profits rather than being the best team or the best league. Now, MLS fans are going to completely disagree with all of that, but that's how I feel. It's like, we'd rather the playing field be as even as possible, and that means more people come in every stadium because every team thinks they have a chance, and that leads to more profits. And this underlines that for me. At the end of the day, DC United is awful. They are awful. And that's not bias. I don't have an MLS team. I don't watch the league, which is funny because people like in the football manager community are like, oh, what does the American think about MLS? I'm like, I don't like it. It doesn't have pro rel. Nothing matters. Here's a case in point. DC United right now has 1 point. Or no, 1 point. 1 win. They have 1 win in 8 games. Lowest number of points in the entire league. The last several seasons, last season, 9 wins, second lowest in the league, bottom of their conference, because then we have an Eastern Conference and Western Conference. So they were bottom of their conference. Before that, 11 wins, 15 wins, 17 wins. So they were first in the Eastern Conference in 2014, and then they were 4th in 15 and 4th in 16. In 2013, they had 3 wins, which was a league record at the time. Like a bad record, like the record you don't want. So, DC United, my understanding, has been one of the cheapest run teams in MLS. So, they played for the longest time at RFK Stadium, and like people joke about how RFK Stadium is unsafe and how there's rats and whatever, right? Because there's a really old stadium. It was initially a baseball/football stadium, and the other teams moved out, and DC United still played there. They just built a new stadium, so to be fair, they got Audi Field. Nice, okay. So that therein lies the problem, right? They're going, we have this brand new stadium. We have 1 win. Let's bring somebody in. So you could argue they're doing profits and product because bringing in Wayne Rooney is going to improve the product on the field. And I can't disagree with that. Like people can say, MLS is the retirement league and whatever, but it's not like he's 40. Like he's 32. Is he up to, Premier League standards? Maybe not. Maybe if he goes to like a Southampton, but okay, if you're Wayne Rooney, you're like, well, do I want to go? Like I've done Everton and then Man United and back to Everton. I've had my England career. Let's go try something new. Maybe he wants to explore. I don't know. I do wonder if anybody's actually told him about DC. Like it's not LA. Like this is not a Zlatan move. LA, you get the glitz and glamour and beaches and, in a few hours in California, you can be at the beach or you can be in the mountains. In DC, you got traffic, and you're the first target in World War III. I don't know. But is he going to improve the product of the field? Absolutely. I think what you're seeing is what people are having a problem with, is if you've been the cheapest run organization in MLS, or one of the, for a long time, and all of a sudden you're going to pony up $16 million for one player, couldn't you have done like 4 players at $4 million. You know, like MLS has got rules and stuff like that, but like, could you pay some of your current guys a little better, or like have gotten better guys in the past and paid them a little bit better, so that you don't find yourself in the situation where you've got 1 win in 8 games? Probably. And I think that's the issue. Like, their academy isn't free. You know, there's all kinds of things where, like, from an infrastructure standpoint, and Taylor Twellman had a nice rant last night, or sometime this weekend, which, of course, I'm not trying to copy what Taylor Twellman on ESPN had to say. But, like, all they've got now is a shiny new stadium, and they're worried that no one's coming. So let's go get a superstar from another league and bring him in and hope that fixes our problems. Maybe it will, but I think you'd be better served if you'd already like built up a better team and not gone like, oh, this isn't going well, let's go get one player who theoretically is going to save the day. Ask the LA Galaxy how that's working out. It's kind of not. It's kind of not. LA Galaxy's back line is not. They didn't really need Zlatan, really. They didn't. They needed better defenders. So, and they've lost the last 4, I think. So, will he save DC United? I don't know. People are saying it's a retirement league. I don't really think that's a fair criticism in this specific instance, because he's not like 34, 35, 36, 37. He's 32 years old. One of the most prolific scorers in the Premier League. He has like, 113 caps and like 59 goals or something like that for England. Something like that. It's like 100 and something and 50 something. 1 every 2 in international competition. He's pretty good. So I think he's definitely going to improve the team. I just don't think, if you're a DC United fan, that you're thinking this is going to be like a long-term solution. Like what? In 2 years? He's not signing a 5-year deal. Let's put it that way. So like, would it have been better to invest in younger players and develop them so that in 2-3 years, they're not only still around, but better? Maybe. Will it bring some of the pizzazz into the league? Because now you've got Zlatan and Rooney. Maybe, but they don't play in the same conference. So does that really matter? They're not going to meet each other in the playoffs because DC United has 1 win right now in 8 games. So like they could still make a run, I guess, because like half the league makes it into the playoffs, but he's going to have to start smashing in some goals, and he doesn't come in until July 10th. So, I think it'll be interesting, because he's going to get to experience the heat of playing in America, the travel distances, like those things are significantly different than they are in the Premier League. So we'll have to see how he handles it. And I'm sure there'll be reports on that. But I just want to, I wanted to answer that question that we had in the comments. It's more of a profits over product situation for me, even though it could improve or should improve the product on the field. I just think there are other ways they could have improved the product on the field. Let me know what you think. I'd love to, I know there's going to be MLS fans that are watching. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, but I'd also like to get fans of teams in England, like your Premier League, your European fans that are on this channel. What do you think about Rooney going to DC United? Leave a comment, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.